Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in into this today video. And today we are going to talk about how you can what is the fastest way that you can make changes in FlutterFlow and then test it in a virtual device on a or real device. You can actually use a real device as well, but today I'm going to show you how you can use a virtual device in order to test your changes. So uh, let's begin. And actually, before I begin, I just want to tell you what are the use cases. So, FlutterFlow actually recently introduced SQLite, and this is SQF Lite. But I think this is the package that FlutterFlow is using. I'm not sure, but I think so. Uh, and you can actually see that the platform that this package is actually supporting it's Android, iOS, and Mac OS. And when I actually try to test, I try to implement the SQLite in FlutterFlow and I run a test mode without actually thinking that SQLite will only work for Android and iOS and Mac OS. So I had to actually use my real device or download the APK or download the code. So all those all those things actually didn't work for me because it will take like a lot of time to do this. And I was thinking like, what is the fastest way of actually testing it in the same way make changes in FlutterFlow and then the same way actually see it on the real device or virtual device. And actually find a way, if you don't know already, I will show you in this today's video. And thanks to to JSL, who actually told me in Discord about this. I was wondering what is going on. I was wondering why I'm getting this error. So if you're testing in SQLite and you're getting this error, that's the reason why, because you're testing in run mode or test mode. But that's not about the SQLite. SQLite white video will actually coming in the near future. But like I said, today we are going to talk about how to test on a real device. There are a lot of use cases, like I said, that you can test on a real device. And before we begin, let me tell you that thank you very much for everyone who actually is a paid user to my channel. Thank you very much. And also, if you haven't joined my Discord channel, the link is down below. So please do. There are a lot of great things. You can request videos and we can talk about what is the latest in FlutterFlow and what is the trending that people actually want to see from my videos. Great. And now, without further ado, let me actually explain you first. Let's set up first everything, and then I will show you how you can test on a virtual or real device for under 10 seconds. So the first thing that I recommend you to do is actually go to GitHub, create, because we're going to use GitHub, create account if you haven't already, and then click on the new. So when you click on the new, you're actually going to create, you're going to create a repository. I already did it with ff slash dash test, so you cannot use it, but you can use your own. And I actually made it private, so you can also use private as well. And I actually recommend you to use private for security reasons. Of course, if you don't care about security or if your project is public, so you can make it, of course, public. And then just click create. It's super simple. And then I already did that. And this is the project, like I said, that I have set it up. So when this is done, then you have a link to your project. So the link of your project is actually, I think you can, yeah, it's this one over here. So you can just copy it and then go back to FlutterFlow. So when you go back to FlutterFlow, this is the project that I'm going to use in order to test. And if you scroll down to GitHub, you have to actually first enable GitHub. I already did that. I already enabled GitHub. And then just paste your project over here and click on this button, which will be sync. And then it will be a pop-up will appear to actually enable access to FlutterFlow to your projects or project. So I actually recommend you. I will not show you this process because it's a very simple process. I don't think you need someone to show you that. But my recommendation actually is to only enable access to the one project that you want to like push to or work with. Don't enable access to all your repositories. Just enable access to the one that you want to push. In my example, is this one is called FF test. Great. And now the next step is actually click on this button, push to repository. If everything gets done correctly, you just click on push to repository. Of course, you can write some command, but it's already a written command over here, so I'm good with that. I click on push, and then I just wait a few seconds for this to push. So there's actually advanced settings, run dark fix. I recommend you the first time you push your repository, you can actually enable this. But after that, when we're testing it, when we are doing the debug thing with the virtual or the real device, I will not enable this because it's taking too much time. And then when it's pushed, it is actually you have two branches. You have the main branch and you have another one, which is a FlutterFlow branch. So this is very important to know because the FlutterFlow branch will be the one branch that is going to be updated and not the main one. So keep that in mind. This is very important. The main one will stay like that and it will be empty. Actually, mine it's because I merged it. That's why you see some files, but yours will be empty. And then the FlutterFlow one will be the one who is going to be updated. And this is very important to know. And this is everything that you need to do on the FlutterFlow and GitHub side. So let's actually move to Visual Studio now. If you don't have VS Code, you can actually download it. I recently actually switched to VS Code from Sublime Text. I was a heavy user of Sublime Text, but I actually switched to VS Studio, VS Code. Sorry, and I'm super happy about it. I'm extremely happy about it. I didn't imagine that it would be that good, but it is. And I actually recommend it as well. There are a lot of people actually using that. So if you haven't tried already, please do. It's super simple. Just download it. And then let's jump into it. So we are now in VS Code. When you install VS Code, make sure it's very important to connect your GitHub with your VS Code. This is very important, so please do that. And then there are some extensions that probably you need. It's probably a good idea to have the Dart extension, which is this one. And I think I have already installed it. And the other one that it's very important to have is the Flutter extension, which is this one. Which I have already installed. So make sure, go click on extensions, make sure you have those two extensions. It's very important. That's very important. Great. And then when you are done with those, you can actually click on export, which is this icon over here, and you can click on clone repository. So when you click clone repository, just click on clone repository and all your repository will be loaded right now. And the one that I want is actually this one, is the first one, it's FF test. So when I click here, it will actually ask me where I want to save this directory, and I'm going to say it. You don't see it right now, but I'm going to say like one of my folders in my computer. So it's actually going to clone the whole repository. And you have to wait a few seconds. And then you're going to see a button called open and just press on it. Just press open. And then you can run pub get, of course. And then on the left side, you actually see all the folders from GitHub. So when I click over here, this is GitHub. This is source control actually, and this is Git, but it's GitHub. And it says, would you like to recommend the settings for? Yeah, okay, let's say yes. And this will actually install all the dependencies, which is great. All the dependencies are now installed. And then, so it's very important right now to click on terminal over here. If you don't see terminal, you can actually click over here, terminal, terminal, or just click here, terminal. So when you click on terminal, you're supposed to see your path over here. And this is the path to the folder in my case, so you're supposed to see something like that. And now it's very important, actually, the most important part probably that a lot of people can miss or might miss is actually to check out the other branch. So we're actually going to use this instead of main, which is the main branch, and by default it will use the main branch. We have to git check out FlutterFlow, which will actually we're actually going to. And now it's telling me actually that there are some changes because I opened this in VS Code. There's two files that VS Code actually created automatically for me. That's why it will not allow me to switch my branches. I think if you just click over here. So what I did actually is create a comment. You can write your comment, click on this button, and just click on sync and push. Now I should be able to switch my branch. Let's see. Yes, I switched my branch. My branch right now it's FlutterFlow. Again, use this command git checkout FlutterFlow, and then the other command that you want to use is actually this one, which is git pull origin FlutterFlow, and this will actually pull the it will actually pull the files for you. And that's it, actually. That's done. You're now done dealing with all the setup. The only thing that is left right now is if you want to still look at your files, click on the Explorer here, click on Libraries, click on Main. And this will show your main file, which for some reason I have a lot of errors over here, but just ignore them. And you can click Control Shift and P, and this will open this drop down. And just from here, you can actually click on Launch Emulator. If you don't see it, just write it down, Launch Emulator, and I'm going to use Pixel 4 API 30. So if when you click it, you have to wait a little bit for the virtual device to start. And let me switch to my whole screen so you can actually see everything now starting. And let me actually, we're to this point probably. Let's actually start the app. So in order to start the app, you can actually go to Run and Debug, and I'll click on Run and Debug. And in my case over here, it's saying that you don't see this message, but it's saying build errors exist in this project. Just click on debug anyway, and you should be able to actually start your app. So now I should be able to select that I want Dart and Flutter. And now from here, from this drop down, select Dart and Flutter, and from Dart and Flutter, select this one, which is to run it inside my Pixel, which is my virtual phone or my virtual device. And now we just have to wait a few minutes in order for this to start the app. And now for the fun part. So first of all, I just wanted to show you that this is not running, definitely not running in test mode. We're in test mode and it's not running. So I'll actually close the test mode. And now, for example, let's go to our app. This is actually FlutterFlow. This is my app. This is the virtual device. This is VS Code. And let's say that, okay, I made a mistake. Let's say that SQLite 3 demo, I want to call it SQLite 3 demo app. And right now we're not going to count. I'm just going to show you how you have to do it. And then I will do it again and we'll count to see how many seconds it will take. So first of all, click on settings, click on GitHub push to repository. And now, if you want to write message, write it. I don't want to write a message because I don't care about the message. Just click push. And now when you click push, it will take like 5 seconds. Now it depends. Sometimes it takes 5, sometimes it takes more. And then here, or here, I'm not sure where is the camera. I think here, you just click on this, click on source control and click on this button, click pull. So click on pull and you can actually see a tiny star that is one, and it will run for 1 second or something like that. And when it's done, just click on this red button over here. Sorry, it's a green button. The green button which says restart, and this is actually going to hot restart your app. Just wait 1 second or maybe 2 seconds, and then this should be changed now to app. Yeah, exactly. Okay, great. So let's do it again. Let's count this time. Let's actually test. Let's make, okay. I want to add padding, for example. Here, I want to add like 18 padding. Okay, let's test it. So click 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 1, 8, 9, 10, and now 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23, 24, and it's done. So it's twice as time. It depends on how, it depends on the pushing of the GitHub repo, but it usually will take from 5, 7 to 20 seconds. But I think this is the fastest way that I can think of, and you can actually, of course, constantly like update your app, see it here on the same screen. Like if, because I have like a big screen, you can see it like in the same screen, and it's super fast. It's actually, I think it's even faster than running in test mode, to be honest. Isn't really low test mode. This is actually faster if you want to just see your changes on the fly. Thanks for watching this video, but please help me to reach 4,000 subscribers. And when I reach 4,000 subscribers, I actually have a surprise for every single subscriber that I have. I will shuffle them and I will do a live session and I'll announce the winner. And what will be the winner? The winner should be a subscribe to the channel, and the price is this one. It's a FlutterFlow swag actually. I want to give to one of my subscribers. Like I said, it will be a live session when I reach 4,000 subscribers. And this swag, it's actually have a t-shirt, the same that you see over here. It has stickers and it has a mug. So it's pretty good mug that you can drink your coffee or tea or whatever you like to drink from it. And like I said, I will give this to one of my subscribers. So please subscribe to the channel. And also, I'll do a live session. So it should be in the live session when I reach 4,000 subscribers. And I'll just pick from wherever who is subscribed. And it is in the live session. And I'll pick a winner. So he or she can immediately DM me the address, and I can send this Slack box. So please subscribe to the channel to have a chance to win this amazing Slack box. I just want to say that the paid membership for YouTube is now open. so you can be a paid member to my YouTube channel, which means a lot. And thank you very much for all the people who are right now paid members to the channel.